seen that happen to me. I've always kept it with egg food, and the mother knows how to digest it, and she gives it to them the right way, in a way that they can completely digest. But there are people who prefer the other way. I'm not saying it's wrong. I prefer to keep it with egg food, and I've not seen any, my Gloucesters or my agates or my red and the other varieties. I've not seen anybody lose chicks or chicks die off because of egg food. So I really don't support on that theory. So moving on to common diseases. Yeah, this is, once again, this is what I do. It differs between different people and different the way people see it. Arsac mites is a common one that happens, and basically what I see is the parents that are feeding, existing flock, parents that are feeding their young. That's the one where I see this behavior, and birds that you have newly procured seem to have this easily, translated. The way you can see birds, what the common symptoms I see is that there is a clicking sound. The bird keeps scratching its nose on all the perches and other places that it can, and it sometimes kind of has an open mouth breathing. These are common things that I've seen that happens. So that's why, once you procure a bird, or anytime you see either of the symptoms, you got to treat it with scat and ivermectin. Scat, to me, is something that I prefer and I use. Ivermectin, I have it, but I don't. Scat has been a real lifesaver for me, and I really haven't given ivermectin a full. I honestly say I've not given it the credibility it needs, or the try that the chance it needs to prove itself. So either medicines are good. Scaly face and leg mites, these are something really common. This usually happens because of the type of purchase people use, and dirty, or a wet cage floor and things like that really causes these. What I usually do, right? S76 is something that you can treat, but with respect to scaly legs, you can do a hot water treatment. You can just apply, when I say hot water, is not boiling water. You just put it in a temperature where it's okay for them, and add some salt. Dip the birds every day on the leg. Just dip the legs, just wipe it gently, and apply some basic medicines that you apply on the wound. And sometimes along with that, if you give S76, you find that the mites that are there, the dead shells on the leg, they kind of own out very easily. And with the scaly face, something that I do is I use some normal eye drops and other things to keep continuously cleaning up that eye location. With the scaly face, basically it's on the beak, or sometimes I see around the eye. Mostly it is around the eye that you find a kind of a crust, or a dead shell kind of a development. So I just give this eye drops and just keep wiping it out every day for 3-4 days, and then a proper S76 or scat does really help the bird. Canary pox, something that is really bad. I've seen this take a bit longer time to cure than the other diseases. They mostly, this is something that I noticed during when the rainy season starts, when these mosquitoes kind of enter into the aviaries or into your bird room, and once they start biting these birds on the toe and stuff, you will start seeing these crust, and kind of you'll see it's like the bird is almost crying. You'll find bald spots around the nose or around the eye. You'll have a wet eye line, and it's that's how you will notice the birds. And you need to start treating the birds with some kind of an eye drop for the external treatment. Usually what the pox does is it tends to cover up the bird's eye, and the bird doesn't die of the disease. I've seen the bird die out of hunger, because the bird's eye line completely closes off, and then once that closes off, the bird is unable to locate the food and eat them, because of which they die. And the death rate is pretty higher for this particular disease. So treat them with some eye drops like ciprofloxacin or ofloxacin and other things, and then with some antibiotics like doxycycline. Doxycycline has been a wonder medicine for pox that I've seen. For 5 days of treatment along with the external stuff really does good. Coccidiosis, like I said, this is a basic part of our deworming schedule, but you'll find birds that have become really light in weight, and they become, you'll see diarrhea. You'll find people, the birds dehydrating, and you'll sometimes find blood in their stools. All these are regular symptoms that could be coccidiosis, and the best treatment, I would say, yeah, as far as I've known, is Ambrolium, which is our local product. Cosivit is also good, but it comes from the Vita farm. So I prefer using the local made ones because it kind of is similarly effective. Though I've not found for scat, I wouldn't say that I found an equal match, or I've not tried an equal match. But for coccidiosis, I think Ambrolium has done real wonders. Color feeding, once again, a bit a touch. I don't want to go too technical into that. The way canaries, the way the color reflects is there are two pigments on the bird's feather. There's the melanin pigment and the carotenoid pigment that really helps the bird, or blooms their color out. The regular wild canaries come out of the melanin pigment, which is darker brown, gray, and all those darker shade of ones. And the carotenoid pigments are the ones that kind of gets the dark, bright yellow, red, and other colors that we see. Now, how do we get this carotenoid pigment to come out and show this particular? You basically, what you do is you trigger the carotenoid pigment of the bird's immune system to reflect the colors in a brighter pigment. And the way it works is, these are some common foods that really kind of tend to show their colors. Wheat, oats, I've seen the marigold petals and spinach do real good. Along with these, I would say the red capsicums and sometimes the beetroots really do tend to keep the pigments restored and have a really high enriched color that the birds can reflect. But keep in mind, I am not really a big fan of using those ready-made color factored foods. I know there are a lot of people who use it successfully, but I haven't been successful, I would say. And I see that the birds kind of go into some kind of a digestive related issues whenever I color feed them. I've lost some birds personally. It could be by mistake as well, but I would say, I really don't go by the color. I'm okay with my red canary becoming orangish, but I don't want to lose the bird, just to making sure that it retains the color. And just for the color, I don't want to lose the bird, is what I'm saying. So it's up to you, but as far as I've seen, if you want to maintain it, just do it the natural way. Let's not go by anything that is ad hoc. And if you want to do ad hoc, please monitor the dosage, the way you feed it, see how it goes, and based on if it really works, you follow it up. There are real good, I know there are good products out there, but I really don't want to suggest anything, because I've not been successful. As also, I'm not a big fan of going by the color. I'm okay with the birds being on their own. Do's and don'ts, very very important things. This is the last slide, so we can move on to question Q&A, if there is anything that isn't covered. When it comes to do's and don'ts, right? You Fresh water, fruits, and seed mixes are very 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 critical for a bird's life. This is basic mantra. I don't Anybody who's dealing with birds, they really know what they are doing. So you don't want to do kind of leftover fruits and vegetables being spilled up on the cages, and you don't want them being flies and other insects on them and then contaminating them. So always keep it fresh. If you see it's overused, just throw it. You don't want to really go by using the older ones. Keep the cages clean. And with canaries, the nail is a very important factor. I tend to see that the nails of the canaries grow crazily at times, and because of that, they can't properly hold on to the perches, which causes a lot of other problems. So keep the nails vent, all these trimmed. And with the vent, I'm saying you got to trim it a bit, because sometimes the poop kind of gets dried up on the vent, and that itself stops the bird from passing on the stools, and creates problems as well. So if you find your bird on the vent, there are a lot of stools that are being stuck. Just try to trim it a bit and make sure that the bird is able to freely pass on their stools. And supplements is very, very important. The other important aspect is light and air. You can't replace that with anything else. The artificial things that you do can be given, but for the most part, it is only light and air that kind of helps the bird to be what it needs to be. So make sure that the bird has light and air around the cages, and your bird room is kind of lightened up for the most part. Cages, like I said, don't go by the smaller traditional cages, and people tend to keep it for just for singing. They like to play. Give them some swings and other things to hold on and spend their time on. Just don't keep it plain. That's something that keeps them busy as well. Now, when I say, I've just for an example, I've shown you some type of regular nest boxes that the canaries are using. I've seen some of my own bred canaries. When I pair them, I've seen them take some finch type of a closed wicker boxes. That's been very odd for me, but there is, like I said, there is no hard coded rule that this is what they need to use. Once they are used to something, when they like it, they go for it. So once you see that the bird isn't breeding, just try and give them different combinations, and definitely one of that will work. It's a matter of us trying to spend some time understanding what the bird needs. It's not the bird that's it's not ready to breed. It's us who don't give them what they really need. um so don't, right? Once again, like I said in the start, don't be in a hurry to breed your birds, specifically if you have got something, when you've gotten when you purchased a bird from a trader or from somewhere from a pet shop. If there are imported birds, they really take some time to get settled to our native climate and conditions. So give them time. Like I said, first 8 months is a survival period for them. It's not a breeding period. You give them time to settle, and that's when do it. And I've seen most people by this 8 month decide saying, Kennedy is boring, man. I don't want to go with Kennedy. They just sit, they don't breed, there's nothing like that. That's not the way it works. Once you start breeding them, once they get into condition, it is so beautiful. They do it so often. You will find challenges in stopping them from breeding, but you need to give them their time. Once you give them the right time and space, they definitely do breed like crazy. um like I said, don't try and breed them immediately. Give them time for the digestive system and other stuff to get settled. And like once you acquire a bird, don't give them too much of proteins and other things at the start itself. That is not required. It's a survival mode. Survival mode is nothing but you need basic good water and food for you to get through the hardships, and then you look at going with a better quantity, or a better high content of proteins and other stuffs included. Color canaries, once again, if you want to color feed, take your time, test it out very slowly, and once you are clear that whatever supplement you're feeding is not really causing any trouble, then go for it. Don't overfeed them and get into trouble with getting the bird's digestive system or creating some kind of another disease for the bird. You kind of wait for it to happen, and it reduces the bird's lifespan as well. So don't try and overfeed. Just go by the natural way of retaining the color, is what I would say. And with medicines, right, I've seen people use medicines a lot and treating them. I'm really not a big fan of that. When I do deworming, right, I do it once in 6 months. I don't really want to give them antibiotics or anything like that. And anytime you treat a bird for any antibiotics, just try and follow it up with some probiotics. Give them ACV, give them lactobacillus, things like that, that will help the birds to create, or generate the bacteria that you kill, the good bacteria that you kill, by giving them the all these antibiotics. So like I said, canaries are really really beautiful birds. I've seen people hand feed them. They kind of get pretty attached, not like the other finches. So all they need is time and patience to accumulate and to get settled. If you give them those, they definitely will give you good results. That being said, that comes to the end of my presentation.